So some big news yesterday out of New Orleans is that Taysom Hill, yes, you heard that right, Taysom Hill, the guy who plays every position known to man on the football field, he is the starter for the New Orleans Saints on Sunday against the Atlanta Falcons. Now you may say, well, you guys cover what others don't, like it says right there. I want to talk about this as well, of course, because this involves Jameis Winston, who was the initial backup for the season. He is still the backup, and now he will be backing up Taysom Hill. And on top of it, I thought when I saw this, well, maybe like other people, well, maybe Jameis Winston will be in some offensive packages. According to Adam Schefter, it is not going to happen. So Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston's just going to sit on the bench and essentially hold that clipboard still. So I guess, one, you don't really question what Sean Payton does because he just knows what he's doing. You think. I mean, of course, I thought for sure he signed Jameis Winston for a reason. Maybe it was to be Drew Brees' successor in a year or two when he decides to hang up the helmet. Maybe it was just to fill a backup void. And again, I guess I gotta ask, does 5,000 yards mean nothing right now? I'm looking at Jameis Winston's stats. Of course, he started all 16 games last year. Yeah, his team went 7-9. But he completed 60% of his passes, actually the second lowest completion percentage of his career. He had 5,109 yards, 33 touchdowns. Is this the blemish right here that's costing him, that 30 interceptions? Is that maybe the blemish that's kind of hurting him with getting a starting job? I guess at the end of the day, I ask, as well. I guess I just add this, that any team would kill to have him right now as their quarterback. I could name New England, the Jets, the Bears, the Broncos. The list can go on, I'm sure, of teams that could use Jameis Winston. But again, I feel like Sean Payton has a plan. And Sean Payton's always been very high on Taysom Hill. So I guess it's not surprising, but I guess my other big question is, how good is his arm? Because to be honest, we've hardly seen Taysom Hill's arm, and he really hasn't thrown many passes against a first-team defense. So again, you could say as well, it's the Atlanta Falcons, who cares? He's going to do just fine. That doesn't matter, okay? At the end of the day, it's still a top defense in the NFL. Whether or not they're highly ranked or poorly ranked, again, it's a divisional game. I think I would have rather had the veteran Jameis Winston myself, but hey, I mean, maybe Sean Payton knows something we don't. Maybe he's just not willing to take a chance on those 30 picks. Does the 30 picks erase the 5,000-yard season? I think it dents it a little bit. Because here's the thing. I think if Jameis Winston throws, let's see, he threw 30 picks. Okay, let's say he throws half of that. Let's say he throws 15 interceptions. His value is through the roof at that point. His value is up here. His value may be about right here right now, but his value would be up here if he had just 15 interceptions. I mean, that's still not great, but I think it would have put him in the MVP race, whether or not they finished 7-9, 6-10, 8-8. I think that's, of course, again, I think that would have put him in the MVP race with Lamar Jackson. Would he have won it? Probably not. But again, I feel like this would have put him in the MVP category because 5,000 yards is not an easy feat to accomplish in the NFL. It's starting to become kind of common, but it's not something you see every year. You know, 4,500 I think is the mark of a good quarterback. I think 4,500 is a good mark. 4,000 is even a good mark. 5,000, that's the mark of a guy you need to keep on your roster, pending the touchdown interception ratio. And, you know, maybe Sean Payton was looking at that. Maybe Jameis Winston had a bad week of practice, and they're like, we don't know how this guy's going to fit in our system. We don't feel confident turning the ball over to him. Taysom Hill, of course, I guess if you're going to look at it this way, he's always had an advantage with the first team offense because, again, he plays every single position on the field. He's not just a quarterback. He plays tight end. He plays wide receiver. He plays blocker. He plays, you know, kick returner. He could probably play cornerback if Sean Payton let him. So, again, you know, I like it. I guess I like it for Taysom Hill because he really has, again, I feel like he's valuable. I think I think this is a real chance for him because keep in mind, he also complained a lot about how he's a quarterback. He said straight up, I'm a quarterback. And he doubled down on it before he signed with New Orleans at the end of the day. And, you know, I think now he's got a chance to prove that. But if not, he's got a chance to prove maybe wide receiver's not too bad after all. But as far as Jameis Winston goes, that's the main story of this. You know, I think, again, Jameis Winston really got snubbed. That's my opinion on it. And, of course, you know, I say this, any team would be lucky to have Jameis Winston right now. Any team in search of a quarterback would be lucky to have him, whether or not he threw 30 picks or not. You know, and you can also maybe blame the culture in Tampa because keep in mind, once, you know, they're saying Tom Brady came in and the culture was bad, and then he comes in and he's bringing the New England culture there. You know, maybe that's why they're being successful right now, is that culture change based on the quarterback. And, you know, again, I question this. I question this move. But at the same time, I'm happy for Taysom. If you're Jameis Winston, I'm sure you're very upset, and I don't blame you either way because you just got snubbed. You were listed as the backup, and now you are the third string quarterback, basically, behind a wide receiver and a tight end. So, anyway, I'm going to talk about another story right now as well. I'm very late to the party, as you know. It's been a long week. So, of course, my the Washington Nationals announced a new farm team affiliate. And it's no surprise to me. And this is really digging into covering what others don't. This is really digging into it. And it's also going to open up kind of a new world because many of you probably don't follow minor league baseball unless your city has a team. But the Washington Nationals have now partnered with the Rochester Red Wings, or as we like to call them here, the Rochester Plates. So, you know, I'm not going to lie, a few weeks ago I heard some rumors. I'm like, it might be the Nationals. I was hoping, you know, I said if the Blue Jays weren't going to return to Buffalo next year, I would have said Rochester would be a great home because I love the Blue Jays as well. As a Twins fan, of course, this partnership is what caused me to be a Twins, or what made me a Twins fan years ago. I shouldn't even say caused, it made me a Twins fan when this whole thing started, or when I started watching baseball. Of course, that's not going to change. I don't bandwagon. But, you know, definitely I think I gained some respect for the Nationals now because they are the new parent team of the Red Wings. And, of course, I think it's a good pairing. You know, we weren't sure whether or not they were going to have an affiliate next year because, again, minor leagues, some teams did get scrapped. But I would say this, the Red Wings, for those who don't know, they, look up some of their promotions that they do. I believe one was the office day. Their front office is a sport management major. That's a dream to work for the Red Wings, I'm sure. And, someone who graduated with a sport management degree, I mean, trust me, I would love nothing more than to work for an organization like that. They just have a good culture. They're very community oriented. Their promotions team are the best in the business. Again, the office day was a big one. I believe one time they had the hockey guys, the Hanson brothers came in as well. I was actually at that game. They also have had like Pride Night, the Rochester Plates. You saw that on my shirt, the Rochester Plates. If you don't know what a garbage plate is, just look it up. Trust me. It looks disgusting, but it's very tasty. We were actually going to have Grim and Depressing Night after one of the reporters wrote an article about how Rochester, New York is grim and depressing. Stuff like that. They're just so good at promotions, and honestly, their stadium, they're one of the few teams I think that can fill a minor league stadium. And I went to a Binghamton Rumble Ponies game, and it was great. It really was great. I went there when Tim Tebow was in Double A, and it was good. It was very good. They definitely should have filled that stadium more. But of course, it was a weekday game, so I completely get it. But again, the Red Wings, one of the very few, I believe, that can actually fill a AAA stadium. So that's always a good sign, especially for an MLB team to want to pair with a minor league team. So at the end of the day, I just got to say congrats. This is huge for the city. This is huge for the Nationals, because now they're getting top quality. I mean, the other thing is the Red Wings have brought up some great players over the years. Cal Ripken, Joe Mauer, Justin Morneau, Byron Buxton, So they're going to join a good list of former minor leaguers now in the MLB or have been in the MLB that have been successful. So I can't wait to see what this partnership brings, especially being that the Nationals are recent World Series champions. So this should be an intriguing partnership. And, I hope that next year baseball operations will allow for minor league baseball. I'm hoping that local officials will allow fans to attend games, because I personally attend like a handful of games during the year. 2 to 3 at minimum on a bad year. So it's, this makes me excited to go back to Red Wings baseball, and I can't wait to see what this partner, again, I say it multiple times, I'm going to sound like a broken record. I can't wait to see what this partnership brings and who we get in our minor league system. So again, going right out of left field with covering what others don't today. Not many going to cover a new minor league affiliate, but hey, I'm going to do it anyway. And we want to thank you guys for watching. Of course, the news was that we are going to have a new podcast here. It's going to be called SCN Sports Talk. It will start in early 2021. So we hope you'll tune in. I'm going to have more details soon. I just got to talk with my friends. And of course, we got to get through a rough patch right now. Of course, we got to get through the holidays. Once we do that, we should be good to go. Once we get through the holidays, we should be fine. So anyway, we want to be sure you like, dislike, depending on what you thought of this video. Subscribe. And of course, check out our social media pages below in the description, and check out our friends at Heartland Spirit. Of course, they have their Canteen podcast every Friday night, It's at 6:15 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, 6 p.m. Eastern on Spotify. And of course, they will be having a special on their YouTube channel. I had informed you a few days ago that it is part of their podcast. It is just a video special that they are doing this weekend. It'll be at 4:25 Eastern. It was a time change to go with the Packers and Colts game. They will be broadcasting during that. And of course, they will be doing it live on YouTube and Twitch. It is not going to be on Spotify. It is going to be on YouTube and on Twitch. So you will want to see this. Chances are, here's the thing, one of their teams are going to lose. If I had to make my pick, it's going to be the Packers. That's my pick just because of how hot Aaron Rodgers has been this year. And of course, he's going to, if he has Adams, MVS, and I believe he gets Lazard back this week too. So again, I feel like this is a game that the Packers can win. But you'll want to tune in. I'm sure there's going to be some very colorful reactions to the game from those two. I'm sure they're great guys. They do an excellent job on their podcast. You will not want to miss this video special that they're doing, this live stream special that they're doing on Sunday, or tomorrow. So please do not miss this. And again, be sure to like or dislike this video, subscribe, and we'll see you back here real soon, hopefully with an update on our podcast starting soon. Hopefully, with other news. Till then, goodbye, everyone.